Hello everyone, I am Rahul and welcome back to my channel Rahul Education Academy. And in this video, we will be discussing about atomic models. In fact, not only in this video, but also in next few videos, we will be focusing our discussion on several different atomic models. Before proceeding further, we need to understand about what I exactly mean by atomic model. By atomic model, I mean to discuss about the arrangement of subatomic particles or the arrangement of charged and neutral subatomic particles inside the atom. There are several different atomic models proposed by different scientists at different point of time. One question that might arise in your mind is that why we have several different atomic models for describing the same atom? The answer to this question lies into the fact that we didn't knew all things about the atom at once. These atomic models were proposed and modified based on the information available to the scientists at that point of time. So, we have to keep in mind that while some of the things predicted by a given atomic model might turn out to be wrong based on the current information we have about the atom, it was nevertheless a very important contribution based on the information available about the atom at that point of time. And in this video, we will be focusing our attention to plum pudding model proposed by J.J. Thomson in 1904. He predicted this model after the discovery of electrons and before the discovery of nucleus. So it is clearly evident that we didn't knew all things about atom at that point of time. He based this model solely on the two important information about atom available to him at that point of time. The two properties that J.J. Thomson took into account for describing the atomic model was electrons are negatively charged particles. As I said, electrons were already discovered by that point of time. So Thomson knew that electrons are negatively charged. The second property he considered was that atoms are neutral. By that time it was universally accepted that atoms have no net charge and hence are neutral overall. Based on the two properties I just described, Thomson considered three plausible models. The first plausible model suggested that each negatively charged particle is paired with a positively charged particle, and this pair travel together always inside the atom. In the second plausible model, negatively charged electrons orbited around a central region of positive charge, and the charge of this positive region will be equal to the total negative charge of electrons and hence maintaining the neutrality of the atom. In the third plausible model, inside the atom you have a region of uniform positive charge and negatively charged electrons occupy a region of space. Among the three plausible models that I just described, Thomson considered the third model to be the accurate representation of atom. So let us understand more about it and see why it was called plum pudding model. So according to Thomson, the atoms of elements consisted of negatively negatively charged electrified corpuscles, that is electrons, which are enclosed in a sphere of uniform positive electrification. That is, this region which I represented in white was region of positive charge, and this black region spots within that positive region represented electrons. The reason it was called the plum pudding model was because, as I said, negatively charged plums, that is electrons, are embedded inside a positively charged pudding. So hence plum represent the negatively charged electrons, while pudding represent the positively charged region. While we know today that this atomic model is not correct, but given the information available to Thomson at that point of time, it is really commendable that he predicted that there need to be a region of positive charge to balance the negatively charged electrons to make atoms neutral. So in the respect that the information which was correctly available to Thomson, he predicted this model. And this model was a very important stepping stone for future scientists and for future experiments for predicting correct atomic model. And this is the reason why, even though this model was predicted in 1904 and I am giving you this lecture in 2020, this model is still relevant given its historical significance. After Thomson predicted this model, soon after only several scientists and even Thomson realized this model might not be accurate because this model did not account for the several spectral lines that were observed for different elements in spectroscopic measurements. So this model of plum pudding model of atoms was not able to fully explain the spectral lines observed for different elements. In fact, it was Thomson student Rutherford who contributed significantly in describing the accurate atomic model. And it is on his Rutherford experiment who clearly shown that this plum pudding model might be wrong. We will be discussing more in detail about the Rutherford experiments and his contribution in describing the atoms in next videos. So, but it is commendable, again I am saying this again and again, that it was commendable for Thomson to describe this atomic model in 1904 with so little information available about the atom. So this was the plum pudding model that Thomson described. I hope you like this video. If you have any question or query regarding the plum pudding model, please write down in the comment section and I will try to answer it as soon as possible. If you regularly watch my videos, I'll request you to like, comment and subscribe so that this video can reach to as much as many people, and it will also encourage me to create more videos regularly. I will also welcome if you have any critical comment about the way I present or you have any suggestions to improve my video presentations. I will welcome those comments and I will assure you I will take those comments and improve my future videos. So we'll meet again with the next video about another atomic model. By that time, take care during this pandemic time. Thank you.